السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Welcome my friends. Today inshallah I'm going to share with you a really nice story inshallah. This story happened with our friend Fatimah, who was sleeping and she woke up on the very loud voice outside. She looked from her window and she saw her dad, and next of her dad there was a very big sheep standing in the backyard. Fatima ran to her brother and she asked him to wake up and to come with her downstairs. When they both went to their dad and asked him about this sheep, Dad said that I brought this sheep to slaughter him on the day of Eid. But Fatima just shocked and she said, but I can't understand why you are doing that. So, and she's just shared that she feels bad about this sheep that her dad will going to kill during the day of Eid. So her dad said, I'm going to slaughter this sheep, and we all must be happy that we are doing this worship to Allah. So Fatima asked her dad, is it a worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to kill this animal? So her dad said, yes, let me tell you later ya Fatima about all of these questions. Fatima can't wait and she just asked her brother to go with her and they just see what their grandfather will say about the situation. They both went to their grandfather and Fatima had this she looked very sad, and once her grandfather saw her, he asked her what happened because he saw this question marks on her face. Fatima shared with him that her dad just got a sheep and he's planning to kill this sheep during the Eid day. Her grandfather told her, just sit and come close to me, just sit close to me and I will just explain to you everything that you want to know. So he shared with Fatima that today is the first day of the Hijjah, and the month of the Hijjah is like the first 10 days of this month. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love to see us worshipping Him the most. So there is no other day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love more than these 10 days. In Surah Al-Fajr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said He swear by these 10 days. وَالْفَجْرِ وَلَيَالٍ عَشْرٍ, these 10 days or nights. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have this value for these 10 days? Because we know that the pillars of Islam is shahada, prayer, zakah, hajj and fasting. During these 10 days, all of these 5 pillars of Islam coming together, and we can worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with these 5 pillars together. So it is the time for people to do hajj. We can fast because it is like to fast during these 9 days, and if we can't fast, it is good to fast at the day of 8 and 9. Also the charity, so when we are slaughtering the sheep or slaughtering any other animal, we share with the people who are in need. So we are giving this donation. So everything, and for sure the prayer, so all the 5 pillars of Islam we can participate during these 10 days. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love to see us worshipping Him. So ما من أيام العمل الصالح أحب إلى الله من هذه الأيام. There is no other days that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love to see us worshipping Him more than these 10 days. So Fatima still have this question mark. So when she asked her grandfather, you didn't answer my question, why my dad is going to kill this sheep? So her grandfather said that he will slaughter this sheep because there is a story happened with Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he stayed for a very long time that he didn't have any children. So he had his wife Sarah, and they didn't have any children for a long time. Then Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he married the other woman. Her name was Hajar, and after that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him Prophet Ismail alayhi salam as a child. When Prophet Ismail alayhi salam grown up and he became a young boy, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like when Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam was sleeping, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed him a dream that he is slaughtering his son. So maybe someone would ask, will ask, like, should we just follow any dreams or do, like, if I dreamed of something, should I do it? For the prophets, yes, because when the prophet has a dream, it is a message, direct message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to them. It is a wahy. But for us, no, because we are not prophets. So Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he dreamed that he is slaughtering his son. So he dreamed it for more than one day. So when he shared that with Ismail alayhi salam, he told him, do whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking you to do. Even he was young, but he told his dad that you should follow Allah's direction. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered you to do something, you have to follow. So look at this very nice response. Even like he's not telling him about I'm traveling with you or doing something or taking your device or doing something that he's not happy with. He's telling him that I'm going to just slaughtering you. But Prophet Ismail alayhi salam, because he has faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he has faith to his dad, in his dad. So he told him just do whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks you to do. So Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he took his son Ismail to a very far place, and he brought the knife and he said that he's going to slaughter him to follow the order of Allah's order. So when it was a time and he started to do this action, the shaitan came to him and started whispering to him, are you going to kill your child? Is it not? Like, he started to convince him and to make him not to follow Allah's order. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he brought some stones and he threw these stones on the shaitan to just make him go away. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he took Prophet Ismail to the other place to try the same action. He was just insisting to follow the order, even though that his heart was very sad. He wasn't happy. He was worried because this is a child that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him after a very long time. But he knows also that whatever order that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to us, we have to follow. Like if he told us to pray, we have to pray. If he told us to be honest, we have to be honest. If he told us to do anything, we have to follow him, because he is the one who created us, and we just his servants, so we have to just follow him. So at the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when Prophet Ibrahim started slaughtering Prophet Ismail alayhi salam, Allah switched, sent down from the sky a sheep that Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam slaughtered, and he saved the life of Prophet Ismail alayhi salam. It was only test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah didn't want him to slaughter Prophet Ismail. He wanted only to see how the response of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam to Allah's order. It was just test. There is a lot of time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent very challenges to us, hard time, just as a test for us. He doesn't want to put us in in the bad situation, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is only testing us to see who will follow the direction and who will not, who will do the orders that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked us to do and who will not. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down this sheep, and Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam slaughtered it. And from that time, we as Muslims, when we for the first 10 days of the Hijjah, the day number 10, which is the Eid day, we slaughter the sheep. Who should slaughter the sheep? It is required for everybody who has the money and they are able to do this worship, because it is one of the greatest worship during that days. So if you have the money and you are able to do that, just go ahead and do that. So when we are slaughtering the sheep, we don't keep it all for ourselves. we send it to the people who are in need, just to try during that day. Like if everybody slaughter a sheep, or most of the Muslims slaughter the sheep, and they look for people who are in need, for that day everybody will get the good food to eat during that day. So the grandfather, he told Fatima that when you see your dad slaughtering the sheep, it's from the sunnah, we are saying Allahu Akbar, we're doing a lot of dhikr, and we are happy, we're showing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he did great on the test, and we are following him. So during the first 10 days of the Hijjah, it is really great to fast and to just keep remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially say Allahu Akbar. And it is the time for the Hajj. So the people who are in Mecca, they are doing Hajj. So we can say Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. Keep saying the same dhikr as what they are saying. Making fast, as we said, slaughtering the sheep, giving a lot of sadaqah. It is great, and the reward is not only one reward. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will multiply it many times, because as I said earlier, that these are the most loved days to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we can worship him. So Fatima started just smiling, and she told her grandfather, can I choose some people to send from this sheep, like to send them some meat from this sheep? Her dad, her grandfather said yes, and this is also from the sunnah, that all of the house member just gathering together and share and do this worship together. So inshallah, as we started today, the first day of the Hijjah, I really would like you all to just have plan for these 10 days. What we will do, just remember how we were excited during Ramadan, love to fast together and to do the Qiyamul Layl together, to do our adhkar, to give a charity. This is what we would like also to do during these 10 days, because the reward, it's not less than the reward during Ramadan, because this is the most 10 days that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love. Inshallah, if you are slaughtering the sheep, feel happy during that day, attend with your family, try to help them if they need help, and remember all the time that this is our test in this life. So when we are doing or giving or just making some worship, and it is really hard for us to do it, remember Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, that his test was very hard, but he didn't hesitate any time to not follow Allah's direction. So inshallah, I hope you all will enjoy these 10 days and having a great Eid inshallah celebration. And remember to say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd. And enjoy your Eid, enjoy playing with sheep, and you're like the sheep until that day inshallah. And be happy that your parents have this worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and slaughtering the sheep, and be proud of that, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for a lot of reward to you, your family and your friends inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا. And let's say the dua inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.